Hi there, you're at the Nervos Wyckoff technical analysis session, and we'll look into both weekly and daily time frame of Nervos and see what the price actions are telling us, whether it's time for Nervos to get into a new distribution cycle, meaning a buying climax. So in the weekly chart here, we are seeing basically a bit of a downtrend over the past 6 weeks. As of this moment, the bulls and the bears are fighting around this key level of 0.005, so this red key level. Looking at this week's candle, plus the volume over here, there seems to be some significant selling when the price was up somewhere in the middle between the orange and the red key level. So it seems like there's still some accumulation going on before the actual pump happens. So if we refer to what happened last time, during the SOS there was pretty strong selling at that point. Those may be people that are that might have bought in, like they bought the dip probably somewhere when the price got really cheap, and then it came down further. So when the price eventually got back to a pretty, I wouldn't say pretty high, decently high level compared to the lows, they started to sell. So that's the kind of like final stage where the whales gather all the remaining stock in hand, like collect them into their own hands, and then start to push the price up eventually. So that's what that period is about. So right here, what I'm seeing is something similar. So while it may not be the end of accumulation, it seems like it's getting quite close, because there seems to be some people selling over the past 6-7 weeks, and the whale seems to be collecting those stocks, and it's just a matter of time that the accumulation finally finishes and then the new distribution cycle happens. So that's the big picture view. And in terms of the Wyckoff, not Wyckoff, the Bollinger Band and Corner squeeze, the squeeze is continuing. So even though after the decline over the past few weeks, if I enlarge it larger so it's easier for you to see, the purple line started to get back into the orange. So while I consider the squeeze has never like completely, I still consider the squeeze is still happening. So even the purple is outside the orange, but because it's so close, usually I consider the squeeze is still going on. Some people will be more straight and consider that the squeeze pressure has been released for a while. For me, it's still going on. So basically it aligns with the thing that I just mentioned. The whales are probably collecting whatever remaining Nervos coins out there before they actually push the price up. So that's the big picture with two indicators. Let's get to the daily and see what's happening. So we have put in a question mark about an upthrust. That hasn't happened. Instead, it came down. There was multiple LPSYs, but I'm going to just put one over there, and that's another one here. So the question is, given what we're seeing over here, plus this higher volume bar, even on a green day, much like the other two back in July 20th and July 26th, plus one more on July 29th. So 4 similar scenarios: high volume, long wick at the top. So however, it's a green candle, so like meaning the price ended up closing higher than open. So these three over here, plus this one over here that we just had over Wednesday, seems to be telling me the exact same story. So some people are taking profit because they might have bought somewhere low, and then now it seems to be a good price to sell, especially it's around a key level of 0.007. But some are actively gathering whatever these people are selling. So these high volume plus the green bars, like the price went up, it's showing some signs of positivity to the bulls. So if you are bullish, that may be a good sign. However, it's not something short term. Why I'm saying this, because when we look at this, these two candles over there, just on Monday and Tuesday, if I draw a line, you'll see what level that actually is. If I draw a line cutting across this side, you see that was actually the selling climax back in March. So still this year, just 5 months ago, during March, we were at this level. I mean, Nervos was at this level, and then eventually it showed an automatic rally and came down for a second test before the sign of strength and the subsequent events happened. Now it has returned to this level. Let me push not the line but the sign of weakness tag up there. So the price has actually came down to a point where potentially we can tag the selling climax over here, but whether this is actually the case, we need some more time to find out. So I'm pulling these two tags across just to let us know that the accumulation may have started, and then eventually this may turn out to be a quick accumulation, and then that's where it's heading towards the new distribution cycle. I'm going to take away this upthrust tag over here, as it seems to me we can start considering an accumulation has happened or has started in the daily time frame. So the squeeze obviously is going on. Basically it started, you can consider it started on Thursday. Some would consider this has actually started beginning of the month around the 9th, and then now we have entered the squeeze for getting close to a full month now. So really it's just a matter of time that the pump would happen. So for the next few days, maybe the price would come down in the accumulation cycle for a bit and quickly finish the accumulation and then start another distribution cycle. So that's the way I see Nervos. And yep, back to the weekly and just take a quick look and see whether I've missed anything. Yeah, doesn't seem like I should have covered everything. Thanks for joining.